Hey, it's around 8 in the evening on the 27th of September 2017. I'm currently in Birmingham. I've just arrived from Bristol from the Build Your Business show. I may be a little lower energy in today's video as I'm currently operating off like 4 hours sleep from last night. That's not a halo behind my head. I'm currently sat in front of a light on my bed as the hotel room that I'm in doesn't seem to have like any lighting on the roof. It's all around the side of the walls. Uh, Guess what I'll do first for anyone that's interested? I'll give you a really quick tour of the hotel room and then I'll get on to sort of the main subject for today. So next to the bed is a glass of water. You gotta stay hydrated. And my old Nokia phone, which is like a BlackBerry ripoff. I've been using this for years. I like it because it has like the keyboard on it. I love to make notes on my phone. But yeah, it was essentially just used for like the occasional calls and texts. Never use the internet on it. Just upgraded to an iPhone like 2 months ago, even though it's 2017. Thought I better get with the times. Next to that is my bag, my travel bag. It's a bit big for like 3 nights away from home. But whether I'm going away for 3 months or 3 nights, I seem to pack exactly the same amount of stuff. It's kind of got me around Europe a couple of times, interrailing. It's got me to the South Pacific, through Oz and stuff like that. Next to that, my uniform for tomorrow, all ready to go. This is sort of the messy section in the corner. We'll skip over that. On the desk, my name badge from today and for tomorrow. My job title on it, Ecommerce Executive. So that's what we'll be talking about later. Sort of my current role and what happened at the show today. Next to that, my business card haul from today. Yeah, I kind of like the lights actually around this side of the room. They're pretty cool. We're actually in an Ibis budget at the moment. There's me in the mirror. Yeah, so we had the full Ibis experience yesterday or last night. Not that we spent much time in the hotel room. And yeah, today the company has opted for budget. It's the sink area, and then the only other thing really is the laptop bag. My key to get into the room. No complimentary drink today at the bar as we're on the budget version. No kettle in the corner with tea bags and coffee. But hey, it's all good. So yeah, I'll crack on with what we're here to talk about today. So I guess I'll talk about my current role. I work for sort of a business-to-business supplier of apparel. We supply garments to sort of printers, embroiders, things like that. So we have we deal with a lot of brands, and then we're sort of like the middleman and pass them on. It's sort of like a one-stop shop to get all your apparel goods. We've got like the biggest market share in the UK, the biggest amount of brands, and like hundreds, thousands actually, almost 5,000 products. But that's my sales pitch over. So yeah, currently away for a couple of nights doing Build Your Business shows in Bristol and Birmingham. They're the ones I got allocated to. So yeah, my role, you saw it on the name badge, e-commerce executive. That's like the official title. What does that involve? It's kind of like a supporty role. I do a bit of everything really. So kind of, I guess there's a sales element to it as well, busting out some of the old sales skills from recruitment. And I'll talk about like previous jobs in another video. So I'll call up leads from previous shows, like the previous Build Your Business shows, P&P at the NEC in Birmingham as well, things like that. Also just other customers we think it'll benefit, talk them through the features, benefits, get them on board, and then support them through the whole process, get the contract in place, get it all set up, get it working for them, give them advice on like driving traffic to it, and yeah, making as much money as they can, and then that obviously helps us as well. So yeah, I guess I do a lot of different things within the role. Each day is kind of different. From like, I could be making user guides one day on how to integrate social media. So like, I love embedding things, love embedding an iframe. So like your social media, Facebook widgets, LinkedIn buttons, Twitter streams, anything like that. How to put like Google Maps on there, contact forms. So yeah, user guides on how to do that. Updating the general user guides. Currently, we're permanently developing new features for the website. So we kind of have like external developers. They'll send over. Our team will kind of spec things out. I haven't been involved in that too much just yet. but then they'll send over the testing. So I was involved in my first batch of testing recently, learning a bit of SQL. So I picked up some SQL when I was learning on a programming module in my MRes at the University of Liverpool. I did a master's of research in bioinformatics. So we did some programming there and used Perl. Not many people use that as a language, but kind of all the principles are the same. You learn how to, assign variables and loop and if statements and all that kind of thing. So we'd use like HTML and CSS as a front end and then link it up to a SQL database. So I know a bit of SQL as well. So that's going to come in handy for the role, and just other things I'm picking up as well. I think APIs are going to be quite important. So studying a bit around that at the moment as well. But yeah, one of the other things I do as well is like we'll have open days at the central office in Chester where I'm based. So the clients will come in and they'll have like a tour and things like that, and then sometimes I'll go over and present the web shops that we offer, the white label web shops. So I don't know, like a group of 30 clients, and then open up to like a Q&A for a bit, and then just mingle with them whilst they eat and answer any other questions that they may think of, and then follow up with them, I guess. So the last couple of days has been build your business. We were in Bristol. Feels like yesterday, it was only today. So left Chester around midday after sort of a normal day in work. All got in a car, 5 of us in one car heading down. Checked into the Ibis, went for some food, like Wagamama's. I'd never been there before actually. So it was good food. It was good food. I wasn't paying for it, so that was all good. But I don't know if any of you have ever ate there before. It's kind of, they have this. They ask you that, have you all ate here before? And like half of us had, half of us hadn't. I was like, no. I raised my hand, I haven't yet. And they were like, well, how it works here is we just bring out your food as soon as it's ready, so it won't all come out at the same time. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. It's kind of like, that's your gimmick. But then mine came out straight away. So it's kind of like being polite. I don't want to dig in, but we haven't ate all day, so you're waiting. So I'm just fiddling with chopsticks. And then, but I didn't realize sort of the sides or the stars would then come out after the main course. And one of my colleagues ended up eating my ribs because he had actually ordered squid, and he had my ribs. So that was a bit of banter. And with a good crew of people. So 2 people from like the consumables team, the print team, who deal with like all the vinyl that's printed onto the garments for printing, and they know about embroidery and things like that. One of like the girl who's organising all the events, and someone from marketing as well who knows all about the brands, the social media side of things. So yeah, good group of people. I'm actually going out for a meal with them in a bit, so I'll probably wrap up quite soon. And then we went to set up ready for today when we actually did the Build Your Business show, and it took absolutely hours. We didn't leave till like 1:30 in the morning. We were like, usually I'm just used to web shops, working at my laptop. There she is, my laptop. And talking to people on the phone and occasionally meeting with customers face to face. But this was like getting my hands not dirty because the garments are very clean. Getting my hands on the garments, I guess, tagging them, all the product codes, which I had no idea. So I was sort of thrown in with that. Steaming them, I don't like ironing at the best of times, but I was kind of like steaming all these garments, got all the creases out of them, getting looking good for when all the clients turn up in the morning. But we wrapped up at like 1:30 in the morning, so then it was back to the hotel when we found it. Not many hours sleep. It was it was about 4 hours in all, because my alarm was going off at 6:30 because it was an early rise and it was like a shaving day. Get the buns shaved to be all smooth, ready for today. And then over there wasn't much more setting to do in the morning. We kind of decided to get it all done last night so we could just get straight into it. And it was good to meet the clients. I guess when you're working at a computer all day, you kind of sometimes forget what the business is all about. We supply garments to people, but I don't really deal with the garments as much. So it's always good going over to the business center when I do my presentations and seeing like someone from marketing handing out the garments and everyone's feeling the materials. It's like, oh yeah, that is what we do at the end of the day. So I guess you're kind of learning other things about the brands or things like that. But yeah, and it was also good to meet with some of the customers. Some of them I deal with over the phone. There's quite a lot of people that already had the web shop actually, which is always good. And they just wanted some more advice on how to get the most out of it. So I was going through sort of like the admin section, advising, like opening up their web shop and going through it with them, sorting it out to sort of tailor it to what their business is about. But it was good to put faces to names. Really, I'm used to 80% of communication is visual, and I'm dealing over the phone, so you kind of blind essentially when you're talking to people. So that was good. So yeah, and then it went on from like I was like 10 till 4, and there wasn't much tidying up to do, and then straight back in the car to Birmingham. I'm in Birmingham. Yeah, so I think I'll wrap up there. I'm sure there's like loads of things I've forgot to say, or I'll go, oh, I should have said that, but I'll be doing this again in the future. Uh, Gonna go out for some food now. I think I'm actually in a hotel room again on Friday night because I'm going to Manchester to a gig. So maybe I'll do like sort of a random special vlog about music. I'm going to see one of the bands I used to listen to in like 2007. I still got the t-shirt. I'm like 5 sizes bigger than I used to be. I'm going to try and squeeze into that. So that should be fun. Maybe I'll talk about what music I'll listen to when I'm coding, and the kind of music which helps, and all things like that. I've read some studies on what's best to listen to when you're working, or if at all. But yeah, cool. Again, do that whole shout out thing. You can follow me on Twitter at contact_Roberts. See, I learnt it this time. Last time I struggled. I also thought as well, last time I watched it back and I was very out of breath. I don't think I'm out of breath today. I'm quite stationary. But I said and quite a bit, and I guess. So maybe we could have a tally, like keep a tally in the comments how many times I say yeah, I guess, and all those filler. We used to call them dog words when I was like more in sales. Try and cut back on them, and maybe we could tally them up and then divide them by the number of minutes and see if my ratio can kind of increase. I love measuring weird metrics like that, and trying to beat my best. Cool. I'll post again on Friday from Manchester. See you then.